Right, so we have been reading Srimad Bhagavatam and we will continue. So last week we completed up to 18 shloks of chapter 4 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Cantos 1, the first book, chapter 4. And the chapter 4 is about Dev Rishi Narad is arriving. Right? So Dev Rishi Narad arrives in chapter 4, and that's what we are reading. And just to every chapter has its own significance, right? We have seen how rishis are asking Sud Goswamiji Maharaj. Sud Goswamiji Maharaj is responding in terms of divinity. And then the third chapter was everything originates from Lord Krishna. And in that chapter, we went through 22 incarnations of Lord Vishnu. And so now, after all that, Sud Goswamiji Maharaj is now starting to recite the Srimad Bhagavatam, 18,000 shloks. So let's continue. Chatuhotram karma shuddham prajanam viksha vedikam vyadidhadagya santatye vedamekam chaturvidham. He saw that sacrifices mentioned in the Vedas were means by which the people's occupation could be purified. And to simplify the process, he divided the one Veda into 4 in order to expand them among men. So he saw that who is he in this case? Like who saw that the sacrifices mentioned in the Vedas were means by which people's occupation could be purified, right? And then who divided the one Veda into 4? Whom are we talking about here?
Brahma?
Must be the Vyas Muni.
Right, Vedvyas ji, right? Vedvyas ji is the one who has written the Srimad Bhagavatam. So he is the one who started taking all the Vedas, and he is the one who could see, like in the previous shlok, we saw, right? He could see ahead what's going to happen in Kali Yuga. And because all these things will happen in Kali Yuga, as we know, as we are seeing, he wanted to, create something which will be helpful for all the simple people, and people can connect to Godhead. So this is what we are talking about, right? We started talking about Vedvyas ji. He was, if you remember, he arrived at Saraswati river. He started concentrating, started meditating, and then all these things are going on after that. Yeah. And who I had mentioned last week, like, so whom Vedvyas was born to?
Parashar Rishi and Satyavati.
Parashar Muni, remember that? And Mata Satyavati, right? So Parashar Muni and Mata Satyavati. So Vedvyas ji ka janm hua wahan pe. Cool. So let's continue. Anil ji?
ऋग्यजुः सामात् सामाथर्वाख्या वेदाश्चत्वार उद्धृताः इतिहास पुराणं च पंचमो वेद उच्यते. The 4 divisions of the original sources of knowledge, the Vedas, were made separately, but the historical facts and authentic stories mentioned in the Puranas are called the 5th Veda. Yashi.
So we have always heard about the Vedas, and we have always heard about the Purans. There are 18 Purans, including Srimad Bhagavatam, right? And all these Purans are essentially called as 5th Veda, right? Itihas Puranam च पंचमो वेद उच्यते. So fifth Ved. And we know all the Vedas, right? We talked about this. Rig Ved, Sam Ved, Yajur Ved. Which one I'm missing?
Atharved.
Atharved Ved, right? So those five, and then we have 18 Purans. Hare Krishna, Rasikshan Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Ravi.
Hare Krishna.
All right. Reena ji.
तत्र वेदधरः पैलः सामगो जैमिनि कवि वैशंपायन एवैको निष्णातो यजुषामत. After the Vedas were divided into 4 divisions, Paila Rishi became the professor of the Rig Veda, Jaimini the professor of the Sam Veda, and Vaishampayan alone became glorified by the Yajur Veda.
So after the Vedas were divided into 4 divisions, and who did that division?
Vedvyas.
Vedvyas ji, right? We just saw that. And once the divisions were done, so earlier it was only Yajur Veda is what is said, and then Yajur Veda was then divided into 4 Vedas. And Pail Rishi became the professor of the Rig Veda. So Rig Veda ke Acharya ho gaye Pail Rishi. Okay. And Jaimini Acharya ho gaye Sam Veda ke. Right? Just each Veda's authoritative Acharya is, so Pail Rishi for Rig Veda, Jaimini Rishi for Sam Veda, and Vaishampayan Rishi for Yajur Veda. Okay, so they became the primary Acharya. Jaimini is easy to remember, right? So Sam Ved's Jaimini, Pail Rishi for Rig Veda, and Vaishampayan Rishi for Yajur Veda. Okay.
अथर्वंगिरसम असित सुमांतुर दुरानो मुनि इतिहासा पुराणानाम पितामह रूमः हर्षना. The Sumantu Muni Angira, who was very devotedly engaged, was entrusted with the Atharved, and my father Rohamarsana was entrusted with the Puranas and historical records.
Right? Muni Angira was entrusted with the Atharva Ved. Previous shlok we saw other 3 Veds, Atharva Ved, Muni Angira. Sam Ved is, we just saw, right? In the previous shlok, who was interested, who became the authority on Sam Ved?
Vaishampayan.
Previous shlok.
Jaimini.
Jaimini became the professor of Sam Ved. Pail Rishi became the professor of Rig Ved, and Vaishampayan became Yajur Ved, and for Atharva Ved, who is that? Angira Muni.
Angir.
Yeah. Okay, and my father Ram Harshan, who is saying that, whose father is Ram Harshan Rishi?
Sud Goswami.
Sud Goswami Ji Maharaj, right? Who is reciting all these shloks? Sud Goswami Ji Maharaj, right? So Sud Goswami Ji Maharaj is Ram Harshan Rishi. And so when the Vedas were divided into 4 Vedas, and then all the Purans were manifested by Ved Vyasji, Ram Harshan Muni was interested in the Purans and historical records. Yeah. Sumit?
Ta et rishyo vedam swam vyavsanana kedah shishya Chidra Vedasate Shankhino Bhavana. Translation. All these learned scholars in their turn rendered their entrusted Vedas onto their many disciples and grand disciples and great grand disciples, and thus the respective branches of the followers of the Veda came into being.
Right. So all these scholars then kept passing it on to their disciples, grand disciples, and so on and so forth. And that is why, and we don't know how many thousands and thousands of years before those Vedas and Purans came into existence, but till today, this is Kali Yuga, right? We have been through Satyug, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga. This is Kali Yuga, और आज भी Ved and Puran are there, right? You can study Vedas and Purans if you want to. So they are still there. They've been coming out. They are being explained. They are being protected by the disciples and great grand disciples of all these Rishi Munis. Ajay, पढ़ोगे?
Ta eva veda dumardhe dhanyate purusharth vyartha evam chakar bhagwan vyasa kripan vatsala. Thus the great sage Vasudeva, who is very kind to the ignorant masses, edited the Vedas so that they might be assimilated by less intellectual men.
Right? Now just think about this, right? For us, I mean, this is even complex, right? What we are reading right now itself is complex. So think about the real original Vedas and Purans. I mean, how complex those must be. All these Rishi Munis with their tapasya, they've been understanding all that. But Vyasdev ji, who is very kind to ignorant masses, he could see what's going to happen with everyone. He edited the Vedas. Okay, so all of us can understand that. Right? Yeah, Shiksham Prabhu ji पढ़ेंगे आप?
शूद्र द्विज बंधु नाम त्रयीन श्रुति गोचरा क्रम श्रेयसी मूढ़ानाम श्रेयः एव भवेदिह इति भारतम आख्यानम कृपया मुनिना कृतम. Out of compassion, the great sage thought it wise that this would enable man to achieve the ultimate goal of Thus he compiled the great historical narration called the Mahabharata for women, laborers, and friend of twice born.
Right. Yeah. Basically, Ved Vyas ji compiled all this for general people. Ravi?
एवं प्रवतस्य सदा भूताना श्रेयसी द्विजाः सर्वात्मकेन नापि यदा नातुष्यदुष्यत तत. O twice born Brahmanas, still his mind was not satisfied, although he engaged himself in working for the total welfare of all people. Hare Krishna.
Right. Still his mind was not satisfied. Whose mind was not satisfied?
Rishi Vedvyas.
Rishi Vedvyas ji, right? And why are we saying still his mind was not satisfied? What did he do and why he was not satisfied? क्या कर रहे थे वो?
He wrote all those Vedas and Puranas, but he was still not satisfied. Something was missing.
Yeah, right. हमने देखा उन्होंने सब वेदों को स्प्लिट करे, 4 वेदास हो गए, पुराण हो गए, सिंपल तरीके से एक्सप्लेन करने का हो गया, राइट? And he was doing it for all the common masses. After doing all that also, his mind was not satisfied. Right? So although he engaged in working for the total welfare, not still happy. Okay.
Nati prasidad dradhyaya saravatyas tate saraswasya asaste shucho vitarkayan viviktastha idam chovach dharmavit. Thus the sage, being satisfied at heart, at once began to reflect, because he knew the essence of religion, and he said within himself.
So Ved Vyasji again started to meditate and see like what's wrong here, why he is discontent. धृतिव्रतेन हि मया छन्दासि गुरुः अग्नयः मानिता निर्व्यलीकेन गृहीतं चानुशासनम् भारतव्यपदेशेन रामनायातश्च प्रदर्शितः दृश्यते यत्र धर्मादि स्त्रीशूद्रादिभिर्प्युत्. So I have, under strict disciplinary vows, unpretentiously worshipped the Vedas, the spiritual masters, and the altar of sacrifice. I have also abided by the rulings and have shown the import of disciplic succession through the explanation of Mahabharata, by which even women, Sudras, and others, friends of the twice born, can see the path of religion. So he has compiled all those things which can be understood by everyone. But then what is it which is missing? Is what Ved Vyasji is still meditating upon. Ajay?
तथापि बत में देहो रात्मा चैवात्मनः विभुः असंपन्न इवा भवति ब्रह्मवर्चस्य सतमः. I am feeling incomplete, though I myself am fully equipped with everything required by the Vedas.
When Ved Vyasji is the greatest Rishi, incarnation of God, he is fully satisfied, still incomplete, feeling incompleteness. Anilji?
जी हाँ। किं वा वाग्वता धर्मा न प्रायेण निरूपिता प्रिया परमहंसानां ता एव हिच्युत प्रिया. This may be because I did not specifically point out the devotional service of the Lord, which is dear both to perfect beings and to the infallible Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So when Ved Vyasji is meditating, now he is getting that sense that he has not all the austerities are pointed out in Vedas, and like what should be done and what should not be done and all that. But where is the devotional service, which is of the primary importance? So when Ved Vyasji is meditating, he is figuring this out. Sumit?
तस्यैवं खिलात्मात्मनं मन्यमानस्य खिद्यतः कृष्णस्य नारदो भाग्यादृशं प्रगदुह्यति. As mentioned before, Narad reached the cottage of Krishna Dvaipayana, Vyasa, on the banks of the Saraswati, just as Vyasdeva was regretting his defects. Hare Krishna.
He was regretting his defects. Who is arriving now? Dev Rishi Narad.
Narad.
And this adhyay, the adhyay kya hai? The arrival of Dev Rishi Narad. Right?
Right.
That's a chapter 4. Someone needs to mute. Reena ji?
तमभिज्ञाय सहसा प्रत्युत्थायागतं मुनिः पूजयामास विधिवन्नारदं सुरपूजितम्. At the auspicious arrival of Sri Narad, Sri Vyasadeva got up respectfully and worshipped him, giving him veneration equal to that given to Brahmaji, the creator. Hare Krishna.
Later, right? So when Sri Narad Muni arrives, Sri Vyasadeva ji worshipped him like Lord Brahma. Yeah, because and we have seen that how Narad ji appears from Lord Brahma, but then how he is incarnation of Lord Vishnu, right? We saw all those 22 incarnations, and one of the ones in the beginning itself, within first 5 is Dev Rishi Narad. Okay, so Vyasadeva is worshipping Naradji. All right, and thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purpose of the first canto, 4th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Appearance of Sri Narad Muni. Good. So we actually completed 4 adhyayas, right? That's pretty good. Really nice. So I think we can, we'll continue tomorrow with the adhyay 5th. And let's just see, chapter 5 is on Narad Muni's instructions on Srimad Bhagavatam for Vyasadeva ji. So this is the chapter where Dev Rishi Narad will talk about Srimad Bhagavatam to Vyasadeva ji. We have 3 more minutes. So we'll go to Mayapur and see this morning's Mangala Aarti, okay, during the Purushottam month. So let's see if I can start quickly.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare